Hello, football lovers. Welcome to Footy with Podcast, episode 16. My name is Ahis Anthony, and we're here to discuss the latest updates in football, APL, and we're ready to banter. I have the full house. I have the Wolf back in-house with me, ready to dissect, ready to let go all the ammunitions. But it's all good. Like I said, once again, my name is Ahis Anthony. Welcome to Footy with Podcast, episode 16. So we take it up from there, guys. Introduce yourself.
Hello, yes, we are here again. Oh, Samiat, let's go.
Hi guys, I'm Samiat. It's good to be back on Footy with Podcast. I was not able to make it last week, but good to be back.
Okay, yeah, we're back from the midweek rant about Nigerian football. We hope that today we will do justice to the topics that lay in front of us. Welcome once more. This is Chibuzo.
Hey everyone, this is Tunde. Like Samia said, sorry I wasn't here last week, but we're here, and Arsenal and every other person that need to receive it will receive it today.
One time.
Good time.
So we're just starting, and the shots have been fired already, but no problem, it's all good. So straight up, episode 16, we're looking at Arsenal players set to agree pay cuts with Champions League incentive. We're looking at Newcastle Takeover, the whole question around it, the whole situation around Newcastle, the new owner, the takeover bid, and also we're looking at Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard also deciding to take pay cuts, and also players as well deciding to take pay cuts just to sustain the whole coronavirus pandemic. So we just go right in, we're diving right in. I think we'll save the best for the last. Let's start with the Newcastle situation saga. So in the bid for Newcastle United fans, you know, there's been this back and forth about who's going to take them, who's replacing Mike Ashley. I think those guys are tired of Mike Ashley. So there's this new Saudi Arabian guy, right?
Yes.
Willing to take over Newcastle.
The crown prince of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, £300 million, which is 300. Which is close to $400 billion, $300 million pounds, so thereabouts. I hope I'm not mumbling the wrong figures, but there's a takeover that wishes to take place. So can we just start with that? Maybe Samet can just help us with that.
Yes, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia is looking to buy Newcastle. I think it's been on for a while now, but now I think they are getting closer, and there are a lot of controversy about the Saudis and all of that. But as all of that aside, I think this will be a really, really big game changer, because if they do buy Newcastle, they are not just going to be the richest club and they are not going to be the club with the richest owner. They're also going to be much richer than all of the other 19 EPL teams combined. So it's a big takeover. It is going to be massive. So we don't know what to expect yet if the deal falls through. So, but it is going to be massive. Let's just see how it goes.
Fingers crossed. Chibuzo?
Oh man, this is the mother of all takeovers. This is the mother of all football investments. This is the mother of all football club owners. Like this is 10 times the amount of Man City. Like the supposed worth or that's like 23 billion. And this is like 10 times. So please, FFP, we're waiting for you guys to come and do your police work. We don't want to hear stories. We don't want to hear stories, guys. You guys took so long on Man City. I hope it didn't take them 10 years to get. But this is mad. This is. But I don't think they can pump that all of that money to man. That's like buying robots now. Just go and clone Ronaldo 11 times.
We're talking Mbappe, Ronaldo, Messi forward.
Just go and clone all of them, clone them each, and multiply their price by 2.
Wow. Sunday, your take. Okay. Sunday's no more with us. So the takeover is a potential £300 million, and like you said, the worth 10 times over compared to Man City. So it seems Newcastle it's the next to be the next big team in the Premier League.
In what?
So no, let's just still concentrate on.
Be corrected. What football?
Okay, in what football?
I mean, Man City didn't even have up to that. Look at what they bought. Look at what they did.
See money.
Just
money
imagine the potential. It is endless.
Money is like serial number.
It is endless, I tell you.
This is serial number. This is not money.
Will Mike Ashley be willing to let go of his their beloved club? Because the way he has converted,
didn't he buy the club from somebody? Did they born him with the club? He was not born with the club now, so he's going to sell, man. He's going to sell. He's a businessman. He should be a businessman.
This is an guy. I don't think he'll be able to resist.
He cannot resist. Nobody on the face of this earth can resist.
This is oil money massive. This is not play massive.
Constant pumping money, non-stop. Hey.
So where does this leave? If this deal tends to pull through, where does this leave the remaining 19 teams in the Premier League? If someone that is what that mean, if Newcastle tends to be 10 times what Man City is what now, what happens to the remaining 19 teams? Will it be about talent or the players you have that will be able to make you compete against Newcastle?
You use money to get talent.
Or is Newcastle just
money has always
or will Newcastle just gazump all the stars in Premier League and just overhaul the squad?
Well, probably the clubs will now go and put 300 million pounds. What was it called now? Release clauses on all their players, so at least they can cash out. So they can cash out. It's not easy.
But if the deal does go through, it is going to be a game changer. We are looking at Newcastle winning the league or qualifying for Champions League, because it is going to be massive. Players are going to come in, new coaches, I suggest. It's going to be massive. It's going to be a game changer.
We just need to, our fingers are just crossed to see. I'm sure so many other teams will be willing this deal to pull through. Because so clubs like Manchester United, Manchester City, that have like Arsenal, Liverpool, that had always dominated Newcastle. Newcastle, I don't know, they've been the first. They've always finished between 1 and 10th position, first and 10th position in past season. Of recent, they went on relegation. They came back. They went to relegation. They came back, and seeing Newcastle now dominate EPL, I hope we'll be able to take it in good faith. But we just, as football fans, we hope it doesn't pull through. And I mean, as our fellow club, you know what crazy about our club. So
one side we're praying. I want to see all the madness that I want to unravel. I actually hope it pulls through. But let's just keep our fingers crossed.
Because Newcastle will be the next pot of gold, man. I'm so sure. Maybe they might not. It might. Let's say football comes back to the normal way it used to be before. The Premiership comes back. Games are played week in, week out. Even when they take over starting of next season, we don't know how the season is going to end. There's still different theories about how the season will end. So when they take over, maybe we'll give them 2 to 3 seasons before they fully take over Premiership, because it might not be effective.
Yeah.
Based on the FIFA the FFP, like you mentioned. The rules are there. If you spend more than enough, you might get whacked and you might get suspended. So even when the deal pulls through, luckily for Newcastle United fans, because they've been waiting all these years to even celebrate and celebrate as fans to win a trophy. So even when it pulls through, maybe in the next, we'll see 2025, 2026 before they will now become a dominant force. It's not going to just be that rapid and effective. So
it took Man City like 2 seasons. No, not 2 seasons. No,
not 2
up
seasons.
To 4 seasons now. Pellegrini. What's his name? The Italian guy. Mancini. Yeah.
Pellegrini, Mancini.
Yeah.
No, even this guy started first. The British, the UK coach, the former Blackburn coach. What's his name? He was the one that took, he was appointed 2009, that signed so many players. He signed Adebayo, he signed Silva, he signed I've forgotten his name. I forgot, former Manchester United player now. Forgotten his name.
Steve Bruce now.
No, it wasn't Steve Bruce. It was former Blackburn coach.
Is it Brian Tudor?
No. Because that was where that takeover. You can just look through former Manchester United coach, Manchester City coaches.
Is Mark Hughes?
Yeah, Mark Hughes. Yeah, because I knew it was a former Manchester United.
She's not British.
Sorry, my bad. I wanted to say I mentioned UK. Because I know it's from the United Kingdom.
Mark Hughes.
Yeah. Mark Hughes, yeah. I think the whole change started with him. 2009, 2010 season. I remember I was in Maiduguri that year. That Adebayo scored that goal. That he ran from the other end of the pitch to the other end of the pitch to turn Arsenal fans. Yes, so that was where the change started from. And if we look at it, they didn't win the league not until until Mancini, right?
Yeah.
Mancini, because 2011, 2012. That's that Aguero's goal that Taiwo assisted. So it took them 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, so it took them 2 years to even get to that point, despite the big guy taking over with the guy with the money. So that's what we're trying to say on Footy With Podcast, that even when this deal pulls through for Newcastle, it might take them maybe 2 years or 3 years before they get to that pedestal of winning the league. So we'll move on straight to Frank Lampard's story. Chelsea are in talks with Frank Lampard and players over wage cuts. We understand how this coronavirus pandemic had really, really affected football in terms of revenue, in terms of tickets being sold, in terms of the club making money. Previous podcasts we talked about how other teams had to use the follow scheme to stop paying the non-playing staff, having them to take the government scheme, paying 20% and the government paying 80%. Now it's beginning to cripple into the big six teams. Liverpool did theirs. There was rants everywhere. They reversed the decision. Yeah, Tottenham did theirs as well. There were a lot of disgusted fans saying, why would Tottenham do that? They reversed their decision or revoked the decision. Now Chelsea, which we know, they were part of the team that a billionaire even took over as well, and they came into renaissance in 2004-2005 by winning the league after 50 years of waiting. Now they're in talks with Lampard about wage cuts. What do you guys see about this?
He's actually volunteering a 25% wage cut till the pandemic is over.
So if he's volunteering, should Chelsea accept it?
Well,
Because it might look bad on them.
voluntary.
Because it might look bad, really. It might look bad on them. Chips, I wanted to say something.
No, I said they shouldn't do. Because I don't well, if it sounds humanitarian or something more like I don't know, but how much is Lampard even collecting himself? I don't want to do. If it's Mourinho, I can say okay. Well, let's do
Yahoo.
those Yahoo coaches. But this one, how much are you collecting now? This your patriotism is very deep. Oh God, you.
He's a Chelsea legend.
Thank you.
He's a Chelsea legend.
Oh, well, I don't
So
know.
I think it's
Good. A good initiative from him. It's up to the club to accept. Probably just showing solidarity and all that, bro.
Yeah.
so the players too are not left out because they said they would take 10% wage cut as well. As instigated in a group chat by their captain Cesar Azpilicueta. So
Well, I think 10% is not too much. But then I think it's a good initiative because the club is not making money from TV, from stadiums, and and even their sponsorship rights. After this COVID, whatever, a lot of things will be reviewed. So I think they are being sensitive. I think it's laudable. It's a laudable initiative from them.
But we just hope, the world of social media that we're in, people might not want to see it as the players are the one volunteering.
So the players
they might change the narrative that yes, Chelsea is bankrupt, or Chelsea don't have money anymore. The players are the one, and they are trying to help Chelsea. See, things can change. Yes, we understand the situations or the times that we're in. The act alone is applaudable. It's something that we really need to, give kudos to the players and the coaching staff of Chelsea if they want to take it upon themselves to see how they can help the club. It's very, very laudable, like you said. So we're cool. We're not lashing Chelsea, guys.
No,
we're not lashing Chelsea.
We are not dirty. We are definitely not lashing.
At least the club is the players.
Okay, it's the initiative. Taking the initiative,
that's
which is bravo, wonderful. So we go to their neighbors on the other side of London, not London.
London.
Take us to London.
London. London.
So it was mentioned partially in the last week's podcast where I mentioned Arsenal players were meant to. It was proposed for them to take pay cuts.
Who proposed?
Which is it was mentioned last week in the podcast here. The story was not confirmed.
Was it the club or the players?
The club proposed that they take pay cuts in order to, Champions League money in there. So this week it was confirmed that Arsenal players set to agree pay cuts with Champions League incentive. So the question that comes to mind is, are Arsenal in the Champions League? No. Are they in the Europa League? They're out. So how is this going to come about if they are to take? They are to agree.
It's with the hope that they qualify for the Champions League next.
Samet, Samet, yes. I'm trying to paint a narrative here.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So I'm trying to paint a narrative before I open the floor for you guys to, pass your comments or analyze the story. So, Arsenal players set to agree pay cuts with Champions League incentive. So the question that comes to mind is, are they in the Champions League? Big no. Are they still in Europe this season? No. So where is the Champions League incentive? How does it come about? So the story is, Arsenal players are said to be the first in the Premier League to agree to a pay cut after being offered Champions League qualification incentive. So just to borrow Samiat's word, with the hope of when they qualify for the Champions League next season, so the Gunners, the players, will take 12.5% wage cut to be reimbursed if they qualify for the next season Champions League or the 2021-2022 competition. They will get £100,000 bonus for reaching next year's Champions League. So this is disgusting, really. Maybe before I say my final words, I'll just let you guys to just wade into this and let's hear your opinions about it.
No. See, so on this actual topic, I have two faces now. So one face is I'm playing the devil's advocate, and the other face is like, okay, normal reaction. So my normal reaction is like, guys, like, I don't understand. Yes, you are trying to, you want them to take a pay cut, but then you are putting a condition, and well, it's unprecedented. I've not seen any club doing that, so it feels a bit weird. It feels a bit different, and in a way, it's not. It doesn't. Even the details. You're going to reimburse them. So the angle now is it that you don't have money, or is it that money is not coming, or is it that because people are taking the pay cuts because they believe that the club is not making money, right? But this approach is not. It feels because they are putting a condition to it. You understand? This is something that should, especially for public perception, should look mutual. It should look mutual. It should look inspired by or motivated by some very strong values or very strong understanding of how things are. You get, but it feels fun. It feels weird. But the other side of me is saying, well, the club is being creative, trying to spur their players to qualify for the Champions League. Yeah, they're being creative, but then I still want to crash that point again by saying that what the percentage they are taking out, they have already taken out. When it comes back to the pockets of players like Ozil, Aubameyang, and etc., it's not going to have any impact. So probably should have done it in a way whereby you're taking a pay cut, finish, end of story. And then sometime in the future, you say, okay, if you are going to qualify for Champions League, if you qualify for Champions League, we're going to give you XYZ, which we don't even need to hear about. We'll be hearing it in memoirs and biographies. You get, so they're trying to kill birds with one stone. But then, in a way, yes, club is being creative, trying to inspire their players. But then, are they inspiring their most talented players, or are they inspiring the guys that are getting £50,000 per week and less? You understand? So it's a between the devil and the deep blue sea. It's like a two-way thing. Both sides, it's not making sense. You understand? So I prefer if you are taking their money, if you are taking out their money, if you are saying they are taking pay cuts, just take it, leave it there. Just leave it there. We know that qualifying for Champions League now is not even easy like before. So you're emphatically saying that this money is 80%. You're not even going to get it. You understand? So I think they should have. They were thinking they were smart. They were thinking they were trying to do something novel or do something noteworthy. But then, if you analyze it or from any angle, is not palatable.
For me, like I mentioned, it's disgusting to the ears.
Just bullshit.
Hey, scratch that.
Honestly, it is. I don't even see it as it being creative, or if you want the players to take a pay cut, then just come out and say, okay, take a pay cut. And I say, if you qualify for, it's just bullshit. It doesn't make any sense at all. And this is a new low for us now. This is very low. Come on, it's not making sense at all. I don't think it's being fair on the players at all. This is not making any sense. Well, everybody is affected with the current situation. Everybody knows what's on ground. If you want the players to take pay cuts, then let's just players take pay cuts, so percentage. Then everybody moves on from there. And we are now trying to twist it around. It's not creative at all. It just does not make sense to me.
Yeah. So to Samiet and Chibuz on Footweek podcast, Arsenal's players agreeing to take pay cuts with Champions League incentive. So Samiet is bullshit to Chibuzo. So Samet, you wouldn't want to see what Chibuzo tried to say, because probably, try to balance the situation. We understand everybody is affected in the time that we are in, the pandemic, in terms of cash inflow, in terms of money being made. And Arsenal, like we know, in the past few years, Arsenal, they have been, in terms of money is being made, it's not as been regular the way it used to be. Regularly qualifying for Champions League, the amount of money that comes in. Now, for the past 3 seasons, it has been Europa League back to back. That kind of money doesn't come in. Based on the type of ownership style that they have, he's not that kind of guy that has that amount of money to pump in. It is what the team, it is what they make, they return back as investment into Arsenal as an organization. To me, yes, the story is not palatable. It's disgusting, like I mentioned. But we just have to look at it in another angle. Are they trying to save face? Maybe they don't want to fall into the trap that Liverpool and Tottenham fell into before they revoked the decision. Probably they're trying to be creative and managing the situation. Do you see it that way?
No, I don't. I think it should be some sort of mutual agreement between the players. Like, let's take this pay cut. The 30% pay cut that was instigated by the league, it was cancelled because of the tax. I think if that had been in place, everybody would know their place right now. But since that is out of the way, I think it's just something. Let's take a pay cut. Let's take a pay cut. Everybody is doing it now. Everybody understands the situation on ground. Trying to now maneuver this is some sort of bullying to me. I don't know if the players, if they agree with it. Yeah,
no, I think the players,
sort of manipulation. It doesn't make sense to me.
But to be fair on the players, to be fair on the Arsenal owners, the players agreed to it. They were not forced or they were not coerced.
We're not.
That's what we know. We don't know the backstory.
No.
Maybe
Yeah.
we wait for autobiographies like Chibuzo said.
Yes. So you know the way this thing works. In the next coming days, things happen so fast. Like saying football, in 1 minute is one thing. It unfolds. So we will get to know the real aspect of the story.
If it's a mutual agreement, then okay. But if it isn't, then this is just pure blank manipulation.
So where I would slag, so where I will really want to rant is the officials or the owners of Arsenal. They know Arsenal cannot qualify for Champions League next season.
This is where the bullying and manipulation comes in, because everybody knows. So what's happening? What are you telling us?
Because currently they're in 9th position 8 points adrift Chelsea, which is in 4th position. Okay, granted, the 5th position is a golden position. It's still pending because we've not heard the verdict. The verdict has not been given yet on Manchester City.
Yeah.
So it's still top. It's still not concluded yet. All we hear is the 5th position. You can still make it to the Champions League. So the guy in 5th position is Manchester United, and Arsenal, they are like 4 points behind Manchester United, right?
Yeah.
So okay, let's say, or maybe they feel in their wildest dream that Arsenal can make it to the Champions League next season, which we all know it's not going to work. Another clause added to it was they will earn £500,000 for winning the 2021 Champions League, or £100,000 for the Europa League.
Wait, winning it.
Come on now. Yes.
Manipulation.
I'm supposed to be hearing all
Pure
this.
black manipulation.
What is inside caucus? We're not supposed to be hearing. Is Arsenal, why are they bringing it out?
You know, it shows how Corona. It shows how this pandemic is really hitting clubs. So there are 3 clauses for our viewers or for our listeners. Let me just state those clauses. £100,000 bonus for reaching next year's Champions League. 1. The second condition is £500,000 each for winning the 2021 Champions League, or £100,000 for the Europa League. So also there are 2 clauses. So the second one is, if you qualify for Champions League and you win it next season, £500,000. If you don't make it to the Champions League, you make it to Europa League and you win Europa League, £100,000 each.
What if a player takes the pay cut now, and let's just say in one scenario, let's just assume, okay, Arsenal wins the Champions League. We're assuming, what happens to the 500,000? Is the player going to take it if the player leaves Arsenal?
We no contract now. Once he leaves, you're out now.
Oh, so okay, interesting.
You're out.
Interesting.
So for me, I just feel, yes, Man U fans, I know you're gloating right now. We're stable. We don't have situation. Mind you, it's the same pandemic that is affecting all teams. So who knows? It could be Manchester United's turn tomorrow.
It's not even
it could be
just
Manchester
gloating.
United.
It's just I'm just looking at it from the player's perspective. It's not even just, there is the Arsenal gloating on one side, but how will they feel?
Question, they all agreed, so let's just leave it be. but really, we just pray for this coronavirus to just, let's just get, because even there's confusion about what happened next in the Premier League. Stories coming out.
I heard about the finishing the season behind closed door using automated voices to complement the fans' voices. Kind of yama that they are planning to come up.
Different solutions will come out at this time.
They have to. This thing is. Some people are crying as this corona. They're not playing football. So, do you know how much?
I understand playing behind closed doors for the rest of the season. That's quite understandable. But what's the need to now automate voices?
No, so that it will have that feel. Do you know the level of tweaking that Premiership does that you don't know? The color of the beast.
It does a lot.
Of tweaking, mad tweaking. That's why Premiership is interesting. It's sweet. Is that mad tweaking and branding? So
it's a brand now.
Yeah, they don't want to follow the other Italian guys can be doing in empty stadium and ball. If you kick the ball, it will be echoing. They don't want that. Mm-hmm. They will just put sound for you so that you still be feeling. At least if people are passing and Bet Niger shop, they'll know that there is a match.
Yeah, true. There's a match going on.
You see how it goes.
Yeah, but there's still. So we're in 19th of April. The set date was April 30th. 38 days now without football action. 11 more days to the first date which they gave, which was April 30th. with the pandemic, rising, we hear new stories in China of people getting infected all over again. New cases of infection in China, where this whole thing started from. And we had a number of people dying in the UK. So what if this thing tilts or lingers into June? And we're hearing June 30th should be the cutoff date
For me,
for the season to end
for Nigeria,
for contractual reasons.
let me just tell fellow Nigerians that please, these 2 weeks will still be extended.
That's
Because
the most surest
It
thing.
will still be extended. We're staying in the house for at least Jale 2 months. That's Jale 2 months, because it's not showing signs of going down. It's not showing signs of going down. And it's just, yes, for us, we can easily, for some people have lost their jobs. People have been laid off.
True.
For people like us, we still have jobs. And I get your point. If this thing continues, it's not funny. It's not a funny thing. It's a very serious thing. And when it gets to this point, I always say my favorite 3-letter words: I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. If this thing lingers, see, the whole world is going to first enter recession first before you start talking about football, because economies, they are what said. Saudi Arabia guys coming to buy this, coming to turn up. Guys it's from economy now. So if the economy is taking hits, first hits, the football is secondary. They'll be like, let's
hold our money. Let's keep our money.
Let's put off the fire before we start talking about whether there's this idiom my mom always says that a reverend father was set on fire, and you're asking whether his beer caught fire.
Avi.
So that's just it. It's going to be a bad hit. This one be the Chinese people saying they are getting the virus again and all that. It's going to take longer. It's going to take longer. And even if going back to the point of playing behind closed doors, how is it even going to stop the spread? Like, so are you going to be monitoring all players? Players must not go out. Players will come directly from their house. That means everybody, both the groundsmen, because they are just the groundsmen, the guys that would prepare the pitches.
Yes, the non-playing staffs.
The non-playing staff. How would they be able to monitor those ones? Probably, maybe, I don't know, but ideas can come. Maybe, everybody will be in the same. Let's say all Man City staff, playing and non-playing, will be in rooms in a certain place, and then when they are going at the same time in a bus and coming back, because everybody has stayed more than 4 months. So anybody that has the virus, it would have shown by now. So it's assumed that any player now that does not have any symptom is okay. So it's going to take a lot. But for me, another thing that's coming to my mind is that if this thing is taking long, I think they should just do the behind closed doors thing. Put all this arrangement into place. I'm serious. Put this arrangement into place. Make sure the players are isolated. Everybody's isolated. Make it controlled. You understand? And do it and just finish it. Because people will still watch. People are still paying for cable. People are still paying for. So your TV rights will still be there. Just that your stadium and gate takings will
revenue
zero.
Tickets.
Is the earlier the better. The earlier the better. Because staying at home without football now is not funny, man. It's not funny.
But either way, it's a lose-lose. It's not a win-win, because if you're to play behind closed doors, imagine the lower teams. We've mentioned this thing in our previous podcast. The teams Burnley and Co. No disrespect to all the smaller teams, which make part of the gates, the tickets fees that they make. Part of tickets being sold is part of what affect the bottom line of the football club at the end of the year. It adds to it as well. They will suffer. So all those smaller teams that will be relegated again. Now imagine you play behind closed doors, money don't come in, they beat you again, you get relegated again.
Yeah, so what will now happen is that they would now have to share the TV rights money a lot more equally than it is. So everything is special.
Than it used to be before.
Yeah, everything is special arrangements. They just have to do that. I get your point, because normally, if Arsenal is getting 20 matches aired, 25 matches aired, live on aired live, seems like Brighton will not have up to. They'll have like 10.
Yeah.
Probably.
Would they even get up to 10?
Players just
even get up to 10 in a season.
10, you understand? So they'll just have to find a way to incentivize so that the money will spread around. It might not be equal, but just pick out small amounts and do donation and share to the smaller clubs. It's a lot of logistics, man. It's not.
It is.
It's not
but what most clubs are saying is June 30th is the cutoff date. If anything goes beyond June 30th, let's just call the league null and void. And all Manchester United fans will be happy. Yay! Finally, Liverpool don't get to win the league.
But there's something that Klopp said. Klopp said that yes, even if we don't win it this year, we'll win it next year. See confidence.
It's lie. It's not even possible. It can never happen.
Are you serious?
This is it for Liverpool, man. This is it. If Liverpool don't win it this year, if they don't do everything to make sure they leave that trophy this year, first off, Mane will start considering Madrid's offer. Madrid are interested in Mane. How long do you want to play in Liverpool? Liverpool, Salah is getting old. Firmino, we don't know how long he has. So, Henderson is one that will leave trophy again. I don't think that's going to happen. So.
Ice cold. The hostility is so thick in the air that I can touch it. Come on, guys. Take it easy, man.
This is Footy Weed podcast, man. We don't take prisoners.
But if the season gets called null and void, for me, how do you guys see the psychological impact? It will, because I understand Klopp just trying to man it up and say, hey, do you know what it means? You went like 40 something matches unbeaten, 25 points ahead of the next team closest to you.
Oh my God!
And they called the season null and void, and you're saying next season, how do you want to motivate those guys to do it all over again? It is not going to be easy, man. It is not going to be easy.
Regardless of how it goes now, it is already a lose-lose for everybody. Regardless of whatever manipulation they put into it, it is already a lose-lose for everybody. Let's just see what outcome will actually pull through.
Because for one, the lower teams will not accept to go on relegation. If you award or you make Liverpool champions, you're now telling us to go on relegation. So it's all just so muddled up. So we hope we get new updates very soon as the week comes up. Updates on what is going on in the Premier League. We miss the Premier League, like Chibuzo mentioned. Football, actually, Italian League, Premier League, Spanish League. We miss it so much. We can't wait to have football back. But health, they say, is wealth. It's very important. Yeah. Let's get through this coronavirus pandemic. Let's defeat it, and then our lives can be normal again. So we'll move straight to the next section. On this day, Samiat, your show. Hit it.
On this day in 2014, Sunderland ended Jose Mourinho's 77 games undefeated home record in the Premier League with a 2-1 win over Chelsea. Bottom of the table, Sunderland secured a 2-1 win at the second place Chelsea to end a 9-match winless run and kickstart a run of 4 wins for their last 5 games to beat the drop. Who remember the game?
I remember that. I remember the game.
I remember that game too. Yeah.
I didn't like that guy.
Was one go down?
I think that was the second stint at Chelsea. Yes, second stint at Chelsea, 2014 season. And Sunderland did the damage. Anyways, I have an on this day, so
Let's hear it.
Let's hear it.
That's something from my. That's why it's sounding so.
I have it on this day. So it's Champions League match. How many of you remember Fernando Redondo?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, so he played for Real Madrid. Apparently, it was at Real Madrid.
Real Madrid, nice.
Yes, so on this day, that's Fernando Redondo's assist in Old Trafford, Real Madrid, Manchester United, Champions League.
4-3. You did the 4-3.
Yes, the assist for Raul.
4-3 now, guy.
Yes.
It's not 8-0.
Sorry, who got beat 8-0?
Oh no, it's 10-0, sorry. I mean 10-2. What did Bayern do to you guys again?
That's another way to turn the table.
Oh Lord.
So there was another breaking news today where Arsenal have offered to reserve 1,500 seats for each home game next season for the NHS workers. The spokesperson for the NHS said. Guess his reply.
What's his reply?
See, when I saw this, it hits me bad.
Can't be good.
So Arsenal as a team trying to, pay back to what NHS have been doing in this coronavirus pandemic period that we're in. So they offered 1,500 seats for each home game for next season. And the spokesman of NHS said, have these people not suffered enough?
Hi. Michael.
So they've suffered
another season of suffering. No,
put them through another.
They don't deserve that.
See, I just had to shake my head and say, Arsenal, easiest team to banter. Easiest team to banter.
I don't know, man. Whoever is in that Arsenal board that's making some decisions, sometimes
okay.
Sometimes they are very economical, which can be good. Other times it's just like, are you for real? Like, you really think that people will want to come to watch Arsenal games?
As in,
really
the group of people sat down and made a decision.
They decided, and somebody said, yes, I agree. Let's.
But do you know Arsenal in the whole of Premier League, the tickets are the most expensive.
Well, that's true.
Why is the most expensive?
Why?
I don't know. I don't know.
Premium.
I really don't know.
Premium experience or what? I don't understand.
I don't know. Maybe they serve some extra things there.
Maybe they sell coffee, Abby.
I've never been there though, so I really can't say.
No wonder those guys on national TV, they'll just be vexing anyhow.
It's not easy now to put all that money together for a week.
Okay, so for us to just round up the podcast, Rooney made mention of something. He had to weigh into the Ronaldo Messi. I don't know if you guys saw the story. He had to weigh into the Ronaldo versus Messi saga, and he said he will pick Messi over Ronaldo any day, anytime.
Yeah, I said it a while back too.
Yeah, so on Foodie with Podcast, let's have our say. We can use that to round up
I
the
don't.
podcast.
I don't like having a say on this topic. I like both
we
guys
just
now.
That's the crazy part.
I do
I
always
like
have
both
to
of
make me choose.
Don't mind Rooney. He has not recovered from the pepper that Messi showed him 2 times in the Champions League final. I saw what's his name? Alex Ferguson quote. He said nobody has done us the way this team did us. Like they really messed Man U up. You need to go and hear the commentary. What's his name? Ferdinand's comments on that match. Like they were just using Man U to play drafts.
That
was
was
so
not-
mad.
That was not a fair final.
Ronaldo was not in those 2 finals, was he?
You know what I'm saying? So he saw wonder. He has not recovered from the wonder.
No, I'm just saying Ronaldo was not part of the Manchester United team in 2009. Okay, he had already left. It was in Madrid already.
No, wait, we played them in 2000.
I will find out.
We play them twice
13?
now.
Was it 2013 and when? 2009.
2009.
It was 2 years
So
between.
we got to final back to back.
No, there was a year in between.
No. I think there was a quarter final. It was not final now. Was it final?
In 2008, we
final
made them
final.
in semi-final.
It was tied
2008, we made them in semi-final. We beat them. It was 1-0 at this thing. It was 1-0 shot Paul Scholes. But I know we made them in that 2000 and what final is it? I can't remember which one now.
I'm talking about the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Champions League final is what I'm talking about. The one that played at Wembley, the 3-1.
Yeah.
We played them twice now, 2 finals.
But what I'm just trying to say is, okay, on Footy Week podcast, we're not staying in the middle. We have to pick one.
Why?
Messi, Ronaldo. Yes, because two kings can't sit on the throne. It has two people can't sit on the throne. It has to be one person.
We'll make
It has
2
to be a
thrones
king.
for them.
We'll make
No,
we
we're
have
not
to
making
make two
anything.
thrones.
That's not fair. Come on.
See, let me explain something to you. Of course, everyone knows that Messi is a great footballer. If you followed Man United enough from when Ronaldo joined to who he is right now, there's no way you can dispute the fact that dude has worked his butt off to where he is right now. So it's not fair for you to just say, he's not just the best, or Messi is just way better than. No, Messi is not way better than him. He is someone who, believe me, at some point Fletcher was benching him in Man United, but suddenly he's the guy who you are comparing to the best ever, to the greatest ever. So yeah, I can't just put Ronaldo down here. If it's in terms of hard work, yeah, Ronaldo is the greatest player ever. In terms of talent, Messi.
Yeah. I agree with that.
We're still
He
being in
beat
the
us
middle.
twice, 2-0 and 3-1.
I cannot get that Bandasa moving mouth
2009
and stretching and
2011.
For me,
he did
if I'm to
Bandasa
pick
there.
one, because I know you guys are trying to be diplomatic though, but if I'm to pick one between Messi and Ronaldo, I'm picking Ronaldo. I
Wow.
will pick Ronaldo
Wow.
over. I'll pick Ronaldo over and over again 3 times on a Sunday.
Wow.
I'll pick him.
Why do you say so?
Because, like you mentioned, this is the guy. He wasn't given that opportunity. He worked for it.
Thank
he
you.
had to fight. He had to
Thank you.
fight for. He had to fight for it. And another reason I will give Ronaldo, I'll give it to Ronaldo, is Ronaldo has proven to be able to go to different leagues in Europe and dominate. He started in the Portuguese league, even if he didn't spend time there, but he did a little wonder there. We saw what he did. He came to Premiership without he didn't come there with a guaranteed spot. He had to
Yes,
work
true.
for it.
He had to fight with
He
fucking
worked for
steroids.
it, and he broke that jinx of being the first in recent times of being the first Premiership player to be world best.
Yeah.
We saw what they did to Thierry Henry in 2006. After the guy walked his socks out and he gave it to his Zidane that just didn't play nothing.
Yeah.
You know, he broke that jinx. He did everything. He worked himself out. Went to Madrid. See what he did. See the record he set. Both home and club football. See what he has done in Portugal. See the number of goals he has scored.
Yeah.
You know, and Messi in Argentina is not being worshipped. They worship Maradona in Argentina over Messi. Messi is not a god. You know? So Messi is just in Barcelona chilling every year in, year out. The same defenders he runs through every year.
The same defenders that he dribbles every year.
The same defenders, he just runs through there on this one. You know?
With this
I'll pick Ronaldo. Premiership defenders are the fastest defenders in the whole of Europe. You see a Premiership central defender running 100 meters in 10 seconds, in 11 seconds.
They are fast.
And
they adapt to the game.
Fast.
They are everything. I mean,
yes.
2 weeks ago, Samuel talked about Dunk. Like, we made fun of him, but that's how good Premiership defenders are. That you can consider someone like Dunk to be a good defender. That's how good they are. One of my friends was telling me, what was it, yesterday or 2 days ago, when Liverpool played Dortmund in the US and Indiana, he went there and he said he saw these guys one-on-one. He saw Van Dijk and he was like, yo, these people can play. They are big. And I'm like, that's crazy that we have these players in the Premier League who are this big, who are this athletic, who are able to do pretty much everything that most other European players can do. And you know, we just kind of overlook them. Just, oh yeah, he's just a defender. No, most of these Premier League players they are elite. If they go out of England, they're actually really, really, really good players.
They are good players. So if Ronaldo, that's the point I'm trying to make. Why I'm choosing Ronaldo. Messi should just step out of his comfort zone. Try other leagues. Go to the Italian league. Come to the Premiership. Let's see. Show it to us that you're worth it. Drop Mike.
Chibuzo.
Yeah, I'm here.
Ronaldo, Messi.
All of you said 2 thrones now.
Ronaldo.
So say, I mean, everything that is, I just said, that's it for Ronaldo. You can't just rule out all of those facts. You can't. He said everything. You cannot take away the fact that this dude walked his butt up to where he is. He wasn't handed over the number 7 shirt. He wasn't made that. No, he worked where he is right now. So yeah, I'm sure he'll go down in history as one of the greatest ever. Comparison with to what's their name, Pele and Platini and all those other Cruyff, all of them. Ronaldo's name will be up there with Maradona and co.
It will, man. So 2 makes sense out of 4, man.
I'm going with Ronaldo too now.
Oh,
Messi is exceptional now. You can't deny. But Ronaldo is amazing, and you have given us all the reasons why. So I'm definitely going with Ronaldo.
There's a whole lot I'll have to say about Messi, but to extend this podcast, and I don't want this podcast to be too long for listeners to listen to. But Messi has his. For me, it's just only Barcelona. Imagine when it comes to the time you're showing your grandkids trophies you've won. This Barcelona. Come on, the kid come on, Dad. Grandpa? What's wrong with you? But Ronaldo will mention.
Messi will say, "Come on, shut up." Which one of you won?
Ronaldo will mention Manchester United.
Portugal.
He won something with Sporting Lisbon. Yes. Several medals with Manchester United. Several medals while he was in Madrid. 7 medals while he's at Juventus, even with the Portuguese team.
Yeah.
Messi can't even boast of anything for the national team. And he's 30 years of age.
Yeah, that's a wasted international career for Messi, man.
Yes, no.
Wasted.
Football is not just club football. It's both. How you balance both.
And if you think about it, Argentina has had a better squad than Portugal have had in the past 10 years.
They've been to 3 finals. 3 finals. The World Cup final that they lost against Germany. Their Confederations Cup in South America, twice final back to back against Chile. Against Chile, and Messi was in the team. So see Ronaldo not even present in the final of the Euros. He got injured. See the way he motivated those guys. I think we just have to end it here. So give up. So Ronaldo wins in Foodaway Podcast.
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
I'm not intimidating anybody. I just made my point. So. I didn't coerce anybody.
We had already made our 2 thrones, but we didn't.
I had to destroy that second throne. What was that rubbish?
I mean, it's understandable that you destroyed that second throne because I remember that goal that Ronaldo scored in that Champions League from that like one free kick like this against Almunia. Messi hasn't done anything like that. All is inside the box. Who remembers that free kick?
Yeah, I can't. Was it his days in Manchester United?
At Highbury, yeah. No, not Highbury. At this Emirates.
Yeah. The semi-final. Yes. I remember. That goal sunk my heart, man. It was like it's over.
And then they did counter attack on top.
Let's just end the podcast today.
It's over.
I don't want to enjoy you today.
It's over, man. So round
That's
up.
so good.
Let's just say our parting shots and we move.
Okay, so once more, we've come to the end of this podcast. Yes, we are always happy to come here to talk about football. We want you, our listeners, to keep on listening and share our podcast with your friends, with your colleagues. Talk about what we talk about, and share, listen, enjoy, contribute. Drop comments on our YouTube, Anchor, wherever you see us. Drop comments, we'll engage you. This is Chibuzo signing out.
Well, I'll go next. So, thank you guys for listening, and of course, it's always fun to record this podcast with friends and talk about the game that we love so much, and finally set up the throne for Cristiano Ronaldo as the greatest ever in this life. As we continue to go with passing weeks, we'll definitely come up with other content and other stuff to make it more interesting and better. This is Tunde signing out.
It's been a fun episode for me. I think I really enjoyed this episode. So it's sad to go, but we have to go. You guys stay safe, stay at home, and we'll be back next week with more juicy stuff. Time signing out.
Yeah. It's a Haze Anthony for the Weed Podcast, episode 16. We have come to an end, or we've come to the end of the podcast. The times that we're in, coronavirus is real. Please stay safe, stay hygienic, wash your hands. Social distancing is key. Please, no party, no hanging around. Just follow all the rules, the WHO rules, and be safe. If in case there are things we've discussed in this podcast that you don't agree with, you can drop your comments. We'll reply. And we hope you listen to all our podcasts and all the platforms that we are. We are on Google Podcast, we're on YouTube, and also on Anchor. So stay safe and be blessed. Bye.
Bye.
Good night, guys.